Hey, you guys, Jen Hawkins, Double Diamond Ambassador with Plexus, back for Snippet 8 in our new Ambassador Training Snippet series. So today we're going to talk about social media and being smart on social media. Now, I'm going to just confess here that I'm not an expert in all platforms of social media. I have mostly used Facebook to grow my business, so that's mainly what I'm going to talk about today. But I don't want to discount other forms of social media. Instagram is very, very effective. Lots of leaders have built very successful businesses using Instagram. So don't be afraid to get in there and learn it. And a lot of kind of the things that I might share with you today are really going to transfer to Instagram as well. But that's kind of a whole nother thing, and using hashtags and all of that. There are training videos out there that you can find on Instagram and other forms of social media. But for this video, I'm really going to talk about Facebook because that is the one that I have used the most and have had the most success from. But Instagram is kind of the new place. But the important thing to know is just be very active and engaging where your audience is. So if most of your audience and your network is on Instagram, that's probably where you're going to do most of your social media. You can hit many different places, but you want to go where your people are, right? So, okay, let's get into social media. And I want to start by telling you a little bit about the most recent Facebook algorithm changes because it really affects how we work our businesses on Facebook. And there's a lot to this, but I'm going to try to keep it really simple and just tell you how you can maximize the recent algorithm changes. But in a nutshell, Facebook is rewarding people and the reward is making your posts, your profile more visible to your audience. That's kind of the reward here. And they're rewarding those ambassadors, those people, Facebook users who are super social on their platform. They're engaging, they're interacting, they're commenting, they're going back and forth. They're getting a lot of interaction on their posts. They're messaging people. So think about the people that you really want to see your posts about Plexus or about anything else, the people you want to be interacting with. Those are the people that you want to interact with. You want to be very intentional about engaging with them because the more interaction and the more engagement you have with those people, that really tells Facebook, hey, these people are really friends and they're going to make sure that you see their stuff and they see your stuff. So if you're kind of you haven't been super active on social media, just take some time to really start being intentional about being social there and interacting because that will boost your visibility with your audience. So if you want, so use those tips there that I've just been talking about, just to be super social, engaging, commenting, interacting back and forth. If you want to best take advantage of Facebook's algorithms, you want to post a few times a day. Maybe one time is a Plexus post, and in that Plexus post, you'll mix up your messages, and they'll be kind of different, all the time. Or sometimes they might be the same subject. Maybe it's about gut health, but I want you to know that your own personal experience with Plexus is going to pack the most punch with your audience. They know you, they love you, they're friends with you for a reason, and they want to know what Plexus is doing for you. So share about that often. And then you're also going to post a couple times a day, just personal. And in those posts, think about posts that you can make that are engaging. They get your audience, that invites them to interact with you. Ask them their opinion or suggestions on a new book or a movie, places to eat, recipes, all of these things. You guys, people love to give their opinions. So ask for them on social media and get people interacting with you. You interact back. That's something else that will boost your score in Facebook, in the Facebook algorithm world, is that if you make a post and it's interactive, getting a lot of interaction back and forth in the commenting within the first 15 to 20 minutes or so of that post, that's going to really boost your newsworthiness in Facebook to your audience. So just things to kind of remember and to be intentional about. It comes down to being intentional with your time on social media, because I know that so many people call it waste book or brag book or whatever, but it's a really powerful tool, and it can be a time waster, but if you use it effectively and are super intentional, then it can be super, super effective in your business. Okay. So another way you can use Facebook too is so you're starting out and you've got your Facebook friends, but you always want to be growing your Facebook audience, whether you're realizing that, hey, we have mutual friends here and you're friending people that you know in real life, or you're meeting people new and, hey, are you on Facebook? Can I add you? Another way is to join Facebook groups that you naturally belong in. Maybe you're already in some of these Facebook groups, things that you naturally have an interest in, maybe hobbies, causes that are near and dear to your heart, passions. You may be in some of these groups, and I'm not saying don't go off posting about Plexus in the groups, because most of those groups don't allow that, and it's really frowned upon to post about your business or something that's not group related. But you can still be very social in those groups and interact. And when you're interacting with someone, send them a friend request on the spot. They've been interacting with you. They know who you are. Send them a friend request, and that grows your Facebook audience, okay? And then at some point, you may make a post about Plexus. Maybe it's about digestive health, and that's a struggle for them. Then they may say, hey, tell me more about this Plexus stuff you're talking about. Okay, and we're going to talk in the next snippet about not necessarily waiting to just posting and waiting for people to come to you. We're going to talk about that activity in a little bit. But when it comes to social media, there's so many people, and if you're growing your Facebook audience, you're not going to be able to always remember to message every single one and to be intentional about presenting Plexus to people one-on-one. So something to remember about growing your Facebook audience and a way to use those Facebook groups as well. So when you're posting about Plexus, and if you're new here, you probably, there's a good chance you have not made your first Facebook post and you're scared. I totally get that. I was so nervous. Literally, I was terrified to make my first Plexus post. I so wish I remember what it was, because I don't remember what it was, and I would have loved to have known and could remember, but my goodness, it probably, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just sharing my own success on the products, and I'm sure that was my first post. I do remember one of the posts that got me a ton of attention was, I started Plexus for some weight loss, and I wanted to get into my single digit sizes. And I remember, I really was in the shower, I was shaving my legs, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is I have a lot less real estate to cover. This is awesome. And I posted that. I posted about that experience in the shower, shaving and having a lot less real estate to cover. And I got so many private messages from that post. So you see, people want to know about you and your experiences. You can share other people's testimonies and other information about the products every once in a while, but you're going to make it personal to you most of the time. That's what's going to pack the most punch to your audience, okay? And Plexus is now just a part of your life. It fits into your life of what you're posting about, just like the other things that you're excited about and things that you love. Okay, so I think I already said about the algorithms that to post a few times a day, one about Plexus and a couple of personal times. So I already said that. I'm looking at my notes here. Another angle that you could take when you are making your first Facebook post, and you can talk to your sponsor about this, about, if you're struggling with what to say or what does this look like for me? There's a lot of different things you can do. And one of them is maybe sharing your why, sharing your testimony. If you ever already have a testimony, you can also share your hope and excitement for what's to come on these products. If you had followed any of my advice about going to build belief in one of my earlier snippets, you probably have seen what Plexus is doing for people. So you might be really excited. You may not have your story yet, but you know what's possible, and you are building belief, and a lot of people in your audience out in Facebook world are probably struggling with some of the same stuff, and you are excited to reach them. You're excited for what the products are going to do for you. So why not go ahead and put it out there? Your hope and your excitement. Join me on this journey of better health. I'm so excited for what's to come. That's something that you can do as well. So many people say, I just want to wait till I have my own story. And I can understand that. But at the same time, you're waiting to get your own story. Someone else is pursuing your nearest friends, your family. And then you put it out there and say, oh my gosh, you're in Plexus, I'm in Plexus, I just joined last month, because you are waiting to get your story. So I do understand that whole thing, but I encourage you not to wait. Share that hope, share that excitement. Another thing that you can do is do your first post in like a shout out form. It kind of makes it less like putting yourself out there if you're really, really nervous. So you could do in that shout out form is you're shouting out your sponsor, your friend who introduced you to these amazing products they're excited to try. So, hey, I just wanted to shout out to my friend Jen who introduced me to these products that I'm trying. These products I'm super excited about and going on this new health and wellness journey. I kind of butchered that, but I was saying it. You're going to type it. You're going to make it sound prettier. But that's the kind of form that you could put it in, okay? Is shout out, thanks to your sponsor for introducing you to these products and getting you started on this journey. So those are some things that you can post about in a first post that you're coming out with your Plexus business on. Now, I'm going to caution you to not make it too long. We've all kind of been scrolling Facebook and we come across really long posts. And if we're busy, we don't really have time to read it all. So we think, oh, we'll go back to it. And then we never do. And then it's buried and we don't remember. So keep it fairly short. I mean, it doesn't need to be super, super short, but watch out for the novel. Okay. Just be careful on that. What you're trying to do is kind of gives people a little snippet, if you will. Give them a little bit and make them curious. And you want to draw them into a private conversation with you. That's really what you're doing. You're not sharing your link and saying, hey, go to my link and shop. You want to just get people to invite people to a conversation with you so you can know too, what is it they're struggling with? How can Plexus be a blessing to them? So that's kind of your goal in posting on Facebook, is to just really draw people in. Remember, we're not just going to post and wait for everyone to come to us. There's more to that. But when we're talking about social media, that is something that you want to do is post. And now that takes me to my next thing, is consistency. Nobody really wants to join someone who isn't committed to that thing, okay? So when you first come out on Facebook and you're posting about Plexus, if you post every once in a while, that is sending the wrong message to your audience. What that's telling them is, you're not really in this. You got kind of one toe in the water here. And it shows a lack of commitment when you're not consistent with that message of, I am in this. I am loving this. And I want you on this journey with me. I don't think I would have joined someone who I just occasionally saw a post from. I'm going to join someone who's in it and who's going to help me and know their stuff. And we're just going to be in there together. Even if we're learning from it together, if I know you're in it, I want to be in it with you too. So consistency is so, so important, and not just a willy-nilly post every once in a while, but post and do it consistently. If every single day is not your style, maybe because it's not your style because you've not really been active on Facebook, well, you're going to intentionally up your activity. And then when it fits for you to post every single day or every other day, you're going to do it. It can fit you. But remember, I told you that if you want to best take advantage of the Facebook algorithms to be super social on social media, be super engaging and interacting with people, and post that kind of frequency. Post engaging, interactive posts, and filter your Plexus posts in there, mixing up those messages. Okay, so that brings me to, sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, okay, you're talking about Plexus posts and I don't even know what to post. Well, you are going to you can ask your sponsor, who are some people that I should follow, maybe some leaders who have good Plexus posts, maybe some sideline friends that you can make and become Facebook friends with them and watch what they post. We have this thing in Plexus, and I think it's maybe the first time I brought it up, but it's called One Plexus. That's what we call it, because we are all for each other. And I want my sideline, who's not even on my team, to be successful. I want anyone in Plexus to be successful. And the comp plan's actually designed so that the better we all do, the better we all do, I guess. That allows us to say that. So there's this one Plexus culture, and we all help each other out. And that means that when you see somebody's Facebook post on Plexus and you're like, that's a really good post, then save it. You can copy it. You can edit it. You can make it your own, put your own personal twist, put it in your own words. Or you're like, hey, this is perfect just the way it is. I'm going to copy and I'm going to I'm going to post it as well. We do that for each other, and there's no need to worry like, oh my gosh, I'm copying someone's post. It's okay. In almost 6 years of doing Plexus, I have come across one person who got upset for someone copying their post. That's not enough to even worry about. Okay. So know that everyone is for each other, and that you can, give them some give them some love on their post, comment, like, validate, and just say, oh my gosh, I love this, or I love Plexus, or I kicked my soda habit with Plexus too. Things like that. You can go ahead and comment, but then you can take their posts, because you're not always having to recreate the wheel and create your brand new fresh post. Take it, make it your own, and post it to your audience. Okay. I think that's everything on social media that I wanted to cover tonight. I'm sure there's more to it, and you're going to learn more as you go in. And I want you to remember, use Instagram, use other platforms where your audience is. But mostly I just covered Facebook right now. So I know it can be scary making that first post, but I'm telling you, the magic is outside your comfort zone. That's where it is. And you don't know how many people in your audience are desperate for what you have to offer. You don't know. And so go after, share them, you do your part. Okay. All right. We'll see you in the next snippet.